Welcome back for another video. This one we are going to make a new city spawn at 10,000 points. This happened on most of the arcades and the console versions. During a bonus round, if you broke 10,000 points at that point, you would get one of your cities back. So we're going to go and do that. Hopefully it's not too long of a video because we'll have to do a few things to get it ready for this. But one thing forgot to change in the last video. Let's set our random timer back to 50 here. And the one thing I wanted to do here as well is just do random timer equals, we'll just do random timer divided by, where is it? This here, enemy missile speed. Whoops, divided by. So we'll do this, and that should kind of keep it. Whoops, that is the wrong spot. Here. So this should keep the percent of splitting kind of concise with the speed of the missile. So as you progress, you hit faster levels. This should make it more. It won't equal the exact same amount, but it'll at least make it spawn faster. So there's a higher chance that they're still going to do it. Okay, so we have that set up. What I'm just going to do too is go to our enemy missile spawner. Oh, no, sorry, game controller. Just for the low levels, I'm just going to start the missile speed a bit lower. We'll start it at like 0.75. We'll keep the multiplier for the speed increase the same, but maybe in just yeah, we'll keep it there. Because yeah, in the actual game, the first few levels are pretty slow, and then it starts speeding up. Okay, so that's good for there. For the city system, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we're going to want the location of the city, so we create a new one. So I'm thinking in here, I'm actually going to make, what I'm going to do is be city 1, and then this city here, I'm going to move in, but on this one, I'm going to reset the transform to 0, 0, and then this object is going to be what actually places the city. And the reason I'm doing this is then when this city is destroyed, later we can do a check, and if there's no city under this one, we can spawn a new one. We'll spawn it at the 0 position, but as a child of this one, so it'll spawn right on top of it. So let's just do this. I'm going to make another one. So city 2. And we'll move this guy under there. Move it up here. Whoops. Okay, so we're just going to set this back to 0. And then these can be placed anywhere, but we're just kind of doing the general same layout here. So do another quick one. City 3. Move the parent back over here. Sorry, this part's a bit tedious, but I figure we might as well leave it in, and you can follow along or speed up the video, whatever you prefer there. One more and then we're done here. Okay, so we have these all set up. I'm just going to save that. So this part should work good. let's go in, and what we're going to do is, this will basically be all on the game controller. And we're going to do it in the end of round. So what we're going to do here is after the bonus is calculated. So score here, we can do, we'll do it right after here. So it's already updated on the UI. That part's fine. So we'll do if score is greater than 10,000. And then we are going to have to make another variable to check this, because otherwise every time you're over 10,000, this is always going to be considered true. So we will do, let's make another variable here. This one can just be private. I'm just going to do private points to next city. Just trying to think this is a good way. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do 0. And then, actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna do private int how many cities recovered, and this will be 0. Okay, so we'll do that. We go back here. So if score is over 10,000, and how many cities recovered equals 0. We can change this logic a bit after we get the first one working. But then we're going to do, let's do a check here. So what we will want to check is we're going to loop through these. So I'm going to make a serialized private game object, and this one's going to be an array, and this is going to be city positions. Okay, so I'm going to go to the game controller. Okay, so we have city positions here. If we freeze this and just select each one, normally you could do this in code and search for them, but since there's only 6 and they won't be changing or anything, I'm just going to do this. That way they're in the order. We don't have to do any kind of sorting or anything. Okay, so we have a reference to those. What I'm going to do here is do for each. I'm just going to do game object go in city positions. So this is going to loop through each one of them. And then we're going to do if go.getComponent in children city is equal to null. That means basically it's going to check if it can't find a city script on the child. That means that that one's already been destroyed. So what we will do is instantiate a new one. So we have that. We just need to get a reference to a city here. I don't think we have that already, so yeah, we'll do a quick one. So serialized field, private game object. We'll do city prefab. Okay, so go back here. Game controller. Okay, so we have city prefab there. We drag this guy in. And now what we will do is go instantiate city prefab. And then we're going to use go.transform.position. So it'll actually put it at the position of that game object. And then we'll do quaternion.identity. And then we can do another one here if we add on. This will be the parent. So we'll do go.transform. So that should actually, it'll create it how we have them here. So say if this city was destroyed, on the first check it would see this. It would create the object and parent it to city 1. So it'll be right back here. So that should be good there. And then what we got to do is city counter plus plus, so it knows that there's a city again. And then we're also going to do a return because we only want to give one. We don't want to check any of the others. So let's try this out. I'm just going to set the score. Let's go to start. And we will set score equals, no, we can do it right up here. Oh, that one's public, so we can do it in the inspector here. So game object score, let's start it at 9,900. So if we play a, oh, what do we have here? Oh, I thought I'd be able to. Oh, I think I gotta do it here. No, it says I need to yield break. Oh, yeah, so we're inside a coroutine. So, yeah, I think it's yield break that will actually kick it out of there. So we can't just do a simple return like we normally would. So let's try this. I think that'll still keep the rest of the code running. Okay, so we're over 10,000. Let's let at least one city get destroyed here. Okay, so we got some cities destroyed. End of the round. And I wasn't totally paying attention, but I'm pretty sure that one did get respawned, but the yield break is breaking our code. So I just want it to break out of this loop. Maybe, you know what, I think it's yield continue. No. You know what, I'm probably gonna have to research that one. You know what, let's see, let's try this, make sure it works. So this probably will spawn more than one city, which is fine, we're just testing. Okay, so let's, oh, that's strange. I'll have to figure out why that happened. Okay, few are destroyed. Oh, I got split off. You know what? I'm not sure why that guy bugged out. I'm going to have to poke around into that too. Let's try this one more time. What I'm thinking probably happened there is the missile tried to split off and the target it picked didn't exist. So we'll have to dig into that code a bit more. Okay, so we got these destroyed. Game's about to be over. Okay, and it put it back. So actually it did multiple, so that is the problem we wanted. So you know what, I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to do some digging through the documents on what return we need. and then we'll continue in a second video.